Yeah, it's a detour. It's a big detour. I don't know why I-40 is shut down right now, but it is. It's a detour. Yeah, this is something that happens if you're working on the highway. I'm coming out of Jackson, Tennessee right now. I had a string of shows, 5 different shows. These were low price shows. I keep my prices low in Jackson. You know, I might be able to get 150, but I was doing it at 125. But I did 5 of them, so I made 625 bucks, which is great for a day's work. Beautiful sunset going on right there. I don't know how well that's showing up on camera. But there's some unexpected things that can happen when you're playing piano full time, and this is just one of them. You know, I've had a really good streak as far as traffic goes. I go out to Little Rock very often, sometimes 2 or 3 times a month. I live in Memphis, and I go out to Little Rock, and I have really good luck with Little Rock so far over the past like 6 months or so. This is one of the first major detours that I've encountered on the highway, I'd say, in the past 6 months. Pretty cool. So yeah, 5 gigs today. The first one I played in Sugar Creek Senior Living, which is in Brownsville, Tennessee. And then Milan, Tennessee. It is spelled Milan, but it is Milan, Tennessee. And then 3 gigs in Jackson. And it was great. I was eating in between gigs, so I brought some food. And so I kept my blood sugar level. So I had sustained energy. And that was really helpful. That was really helpful. You know, some things happened at these gigs, and I was able to power through. I didn't take it personally. So here's the theme of the video today. Number 1, sometimes traffic jams happen. It's rare, but, you know, thankfully it happened after all my gigs were done. So if I had gigs coming up, then I would just call the facilities and say, hey, you know, there's some crazy traffic. My GPS says it's yada, 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 like it's gonna make me half an hour late or something. So you just call them, you get in touch. And if you can get there, if they're like, yeah, no problem, then just get there and play the show. Because a lot of the time, they won't have a fully stocked schedule. Sometimes they'll just be like hanging out for the afternoon. And so half an hour really doesn't make a difference to them. Like they would just be like playing board games, or like the activities director would be doing something to keep them entertained. So that's what I would do if I had gigs afterwards. So that's the first part of the video. The second part of the video, showing up to a gig when the activities director's not there. So if you read my ebook, which is available at www.easypianogigs.com/ebook. If you read the ebook, one of the activities directors that I talk about is the absent activities director. Sometimes, y'all, they're just not there. They'll schedule the gig, and you'll show up, and you'll expect to be introduced. You'll expect to be, you know, for them to give you water. You'll expect to have a crowd. Well, I showed up at a gig today. I didn't have any of that because the activities director wasn't there. I don't know why. I'm not taking it personally, though. So that's the first step. Don't take it personally. Activities directors are very busy people. You know what I did? I took charge of the situation. That's what you gotta do. You find somebody in an office and say, hey, I'm here to play the piano. Or you say the activities director's name, sent me to play the piano. Is she here? And then that person in the office is like, oh no, she's not here. And then somebody helpful came along. I'm actually still not sure exactly who that helpful person was. The receptionist maybe. But I was like, there's a couple of the residents there. So I said, yeah, I'm here from 2 to 3 to play a piano show. And so I started playing. And I don't know if the receptionist went and knocked on people's doors, but that's something that needs to happen to have a good turnout. But I just started playing. Another thing, like there's 4 people at the beginning of the concert. At the end of the concert, there was like 12 or 15 people. So they heard it. They heard the piano echoing through the halls. So that was a good thing. But be prepared, because sometimes that happens. And in those situations, with the absent activities director, what you gotta do is you have to take charge of the situation. You have to say, so-and-so hired me to play the piano. And somebody helpful might say, okay, well, what do you need? And so what I said, the answer to that question is, I need a piano and a crowd. And actually what this person said was like, oh, well, the next crowd is gonna be at dinner at 5 p.m. And I said, I'm here from 2 to 3. So why don't I just start playing for whoever's here? And so that's what I played. That's what I did, and it turned out to be a success. And so I'm gonna get paid because I did my job. You know, not all activities directors are gonna be on top of it. I don't know why this particular activities director wasn't there, but it could be anything. I mean, it could have been her off day. It's no big deal. It's no big deal at all. She might have had like I don't know, like an emergency or something. Like, I'm not judging. It is what it is. And maybe she trusted me to make the situation a success, which I did. So her trust was well placed. Anyways, that's my short video. A couple of different things can happen. You could get into a traffic jam. If you do, then you just call the activities directors and explain to them what's happening. And then if you show up to a gig and the activities director is not there, in that situation, you take charge of the situation. You say, hey, so-and-so booked me to play at this time. And then you find somebody in an office, explain the situation. And if they're helpful, most of the time they are, then you'll say, yeah, I just need a piano and then maybe somebody to help me gather the residents. And then you play your show, you do your job, and you get paid. You make the world a better place. Thanks for watching. Like, follow, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Send me a message if you have any questions. And stay musical, y'all.